So today we're going to talk about abundance and money as it reflected in numerology or within numbers. People talk about their lucky number, their number of choice, their favorite number, but in a numeric chart, the favorite number has nothing to do with the energy of money or abundance. So let's talk a little bit about what does it mean. So numerology in general is basically understanding the numeric blueprint or the frequencies that our universe is operating by. And by the way, there's much correlation between math and numerology because it's numbers, because physics, quantum physics actually deals with math and with the equations of energies, basically. And each one of us has our own energy and how that energy reflected through numbers and interact with the universe and within our own reality and perception of that universe. So numeric chart in general is providing some sort of an equation or a framework of what is likely for us to be engaging within our own understanding of ourselves and our reality. So abundance can be valued from many point of view. It can be experienced in money, it can be experienced in health, in resources, or in relationships. So you can say that in numerology, or abundance can be measured in the quality of what we brought in our contract, what we brought from our past life, what we brought in, you can say, in our sense of self. So abundance can be detected in many different ways. So let's look at how it appears in the numeric chart. So in the numeric chart, numerology, abundance is measured as the balance between gifts and the things that we need to work with. So if you can visualize your chart, your numeric chart is based on check and balances. It's a balance between our gift and between our challenge, let's say. So each one of us came to this world with certain gifts. Our gifts are represented by the year that we were born, and our challenge is represented by the day and the months that we were born. It's things that we need to work with. So abundance is the negotiation between challenge and availability, or challenge of what work and what work is working for us. So like for instance, if somebody was born on November 12, then 12 or 3 will be their challenge, aspect of challenge, or aspect of what they need to work, what we need to work on. And for instance, if they were born on 1984, 84 will be the gift position, or an 84 is a 3 too, it's a 12 and a 3. So the person that was born on November 12, 1984 is someone who's quite balanced between what they need to work on and what they have, the tools that they've been provided to utilize their advantage. So just in terms of like what the dictionary says about abundance, abundance is an ample quantity, an abundant amount, a limitless amount. Its influence, its wealth, its relative degree of plentiness. And when it comes to money, money is being identified as something that is a medium of exchange or measure of value. I mean, apparently we're using a measure of a value that is recognized by coins and paper and other and digital forms that we don't know. But money is a representation of some form of abundance. Let me talk a little bit about, so let's talk a little bit about abundant in a sense is the availability of resources. Like somebody who has great health, that's abundant, because without good health, you cannot generate much, right? So let's look at numbers in your chart. There are numbers in somebody's chart or birthday that actually represent that sense of abundance and money. So the number 8 is the pranic body. It is the body of energy. It's life force. So 8 in a chart, whether you have it or not, is a number that represents energy, to represent power, to represent a vital force, to represent the breath. Because without breath, we don't have any capacity to generate. It's the generative power of vitality. And 8 is that capacity to the ability to be fearless and to take charge and to generate material and financial success. So people who has 8s has also the capacity of healing capacities. 8 is the ability to generate the power of healing. So if you have 8 or 8s in your chart, you have that potential. But if, for instance, if it is in a challenge position, whether you were born on the 8th, the 17th, the 26th of the month, that 8 is something you need to work on to generate yourself, not to get shocked or be frozen by the inability to move or act because of fear or being too concerned. So 8 represent the source of power. It's holding one's power. It's also, in terms of consciousness, it's what we call the executive mind, or the ability to call the shots or to recognize something and to act on it. So 8, for instance, if somebody was born 1980, 1971, these people, 1962, these people have the gift to generate money and to also accumulate and handle it. It's not that other people do not have the ability to generate money, but let's say money is a fluid thing. So maybe some of us has suddenly the ability or the inability to maintain abundance, and they fluctuate quite a bit. 8, for instance, on the negative pole, it may be expressed itself as a lack of power, giving to fear, lack of ability to choose. It's here's the thing: people in the challenge of 8 are people who actually have inability to make choices in life. One needs to make choices. It's either you have a choice, you make a choice quickly, or you don't. There's no wrong choices, because choice create an energy. Even if it's a challenging choice, it will generate something by its nature. Like stalling is basically a drain of energy. When we stall, when we delay things, we basically stalling movement. So let's talk a little bit about more on that 8 thing. So 8 is a character. Somebody has a represent a manager, a healer, a power broker, an entrepreneur, an entrepreneurial spirit, because an entrepreneurial spirit has to always be on the move. It can be expressed as a character who likes to be in charge and who calls the shots. Now, 8 in a gift position can be also something that someone have from past life. Somebody who generated money and power many lifetime, and you can see it in a chart. Somebody who was born 1961 is somebody who in past life was handling money. So it's not somebody that the abundance part or generating money is foreign to them. Now, the extra thing in a chart or in the numerology, the science of numerology, are in what we call significant numbers. Significant numbers are the extra layer of information that gives us extra qualities, that gives us even more precision when it comes to our abundance. There are many significant numbers, but in the area of abundance and money, significant numbers in that domain gives us more luck in that area. It's actually, it's like, it's an unseen, exalted quality or special quality that we hold. And the number 17 is a significant number. It's a points of benefit. If somebody has 17 in their chart, they have a spiritual and financial luck. Even if they're in a verge of bankruptcy, let's say, these souls will find somehow a way to actually bounce back. Luck is associated with meeting the right people, the right resources at the right time. And someone with a 17 has a favorable condition to receive help and ability to generate the right timing. Sometimes the downside of this vibration is feeling the worst. Like, for instance, somebody was born on the 17th of the month they fear the worst because that 17 is on their day. And so they concerned that they not gonna make it, they're not gonna generate enough, they're not gonna have enough. But that 17 is actually provide the opposite. It provides that they will be taken care of and they don't need to emphasize so much on the negative issues of worry when it comes to money. But they're gonna worry anyway. Let me go back a little bit on the 17. So 17 is a significant number. 11, for instance, is a significant number too. 11 is the ability for spiritual mastery. So spirituality, or the ability to connect to a higher realm or a higher understanding or knowledge, is abundance, is money by itself. Because the ability to come to a different plane of understanding is the ability to actually generate an understanding that was not there before, an understanding that has a high ability to actually create a different reality than the usual. And that 17 has that capacity as well. Let's talk a little bit about the contents of abundance and this year, 2022. What is this year providing us? So 2022, all these twos means relationships, means connection, or the opposite of connection, duality and conflict. So it's a balance between connection or connectedness and conflict, and conflicts create lack of abundance. So the main lessons of this year will be to leave the past behind and try to reconnect to self and others, even if we don't agree, because it will, believe it or not, it will generate money, it will generate resources, it will generate the capacity to create opportunities. The 22 has to do with, it's a significant number. It's a big picture. So big picture means this year, if somebody doesn't have a plan or form a plan, they're gonna lost in a lot of small details and lose their sight of the big price or the big picture. So 22, if we lose sight of a big picture, we lose opportunity. So the opportunity is to actually take advantage of our vision and basically harness it. 22 is a double 11. It's a spiritual master who can take us to excellence and abundance. So this year has not necessarily has an 8 significant quality in it, but it does have, some months has more of the significant qualities than others. For instance, April has more issues of money, for instance, this year. And this ability to connect and to see the big picture and not to lose sight of it is the ability to create opportunities, the ability to connect. Energy progression in numbers, when we talk about numbers, the numeric chart has to do with the progression of numbers. So when we go to 1, it's about initiating, it's about creating a spark. You have to create a spark in order to create anything. You have to have an inspired vision. The 2, as the year 2022, is about polarizing, is about the dance between the vision and harmony, and the constant act of leaving the past behind. For instance, 2022 is such a year that we are all, I would say, in some ways, it's a year that we are all hostage to the past. 2022 is a year that we are all hostages, and it cost us. So I'm not saying to ignore the past or to say it never happened, but to just act on the past without reconciliation, without a discussion or an opportunity for a dialogue is costing our energy and abundance. Let's put it this way. When you go to the number 3 in the numeric progression, it's about creativity, receptivity, but impulsiveness as well. This year, 2022, is about the stabilizing factor. 2021 was a very impulsive year. This year is a stabilizing year. It can be rigid at times, but it's demand structure for us to build up foundation that we can generate from. 5, when we go to the vibration of the number 5, it has to do with motion. It has to do with change. It has to do with shifting gears. 5 is more the physical change of things. 5 is also about the ability to teach or to communicate. So teaching and communication, people who have 5 in their chart in some form, it's the ability to communicate and generate different things, right? The number 6, when we're going to, again, let me just bring these slides again, just to show the progression. The number 6 is about restabilizing or creating harmony and consciousness. It's about a group connectedness. So 2022, this whole year is about 6. It's about a group consciousness. The more we connect to the group, the more opportunities we can generate and more abundance. Abundance is also the quality of influence. Like people who have followers in social media, it's abundance because they create the numeric trickle down of connecting a lot of things or inspiring other things or inspiring a lot of people. And that's abundance by itself. However, social media, if it's just the numbers of the followers is just there without anything that is you provide or materialize, it's a leakage of abundance because you're missing out on the opportunity of that 6, that group consciousness to provide something. Then we move to 7. 7 is actually a contraction of abundance. It's about complexity. It's about maturity. It's about reevaluating things. It's about writing, creating new knowledge. So when the cycle of 8 comes to play, we can actually generate power, we can generate energy, and we can actually create something beyond the physical constraint. And then every cycles on the numeric cycles, the number 9 and 10 is a cycle for completion. When it comes to money, is maybe it's the time or abundance, maybe it's time to reconsider what abundance is for us, for you. Sometimes people misleading themselves and thinking about abundance is just money. But if, let's say, if your vitality and health and happiness, which is spiritual abundance, is not there, money is not going to make any difference. Nothing. And the final number in Tantric numerology is the number 11. The number 11 is about, I would say, the ultimate amalgamation of all the numeric vibration from 1 to 10. And 11 is inspiration, connection, and affecting many through inspired heart, and avoiding any conflict or any, I would say 11, the pitfall of number 11 is being fanatic. So 11 needs to thrive to the heart and to heart connection and inspiration, not to doctrine and being fanatic about some values and ideas. That's the pitfall of the number 11. So that's a little bit about the relationship of numerology and abundance, or the expression of the abundance in money or health or resources. All right, so it all sums up with the aspect of numbers and everyday tantric numerology is a system. It's a system that you can look at your life through, you can plan with it, you can help other people, you can figure out other people's qualities and personalities and how to encourage their positive growth. And on the other hand, you can actually plan for yourself. So we're going to start Numerology 1, part 1 of the certificate program. It's right now, it's scheduled to begin on June 13. Will be spread over 6 weeks, N1. And it's include 6 live classes about numbers, about their vocabulary, 11 bodies of consciousness, the building block of numeric chart, the basic position within a numeric chart, significant numbers, extra insight into one's destiny and fulfillment, transformer numbers. We talked a little bit, for instance, in the area of abundance, 17 is a transformer number, but there's a whole slew of them. And how to build the charts, the basic how to build the chart. So you can actually, after N1, you can actually go and start actually coach and analyze other people's chart and help other people from the get-go. To enroll in the program, you can review the information on my site. It's yourpurposework.com. If paid by June 2nd, there's a discount of 30% off tuition. And class orientation actually going to be on June 13, not what it says on the slide here. And any questions are welcome. You can schedule a call with me or email me with any questions about numerology or about the course itself. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. We're going to pick other topics in numerology, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Thank you for coming. Hari Om.